Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited, guys. This is my last video lesson for the school year. Yay! And it's more volume and it's going to be cool in the game. Okay, so today I'm doing two sections, 11.6 and 11.7. So this section, 11.6, we're doing volume of pyramids. And then 11.7 is volume of cones. Again, we're using formulas, okay, from the same formulas from the sheet. Well, you don't have a sheet. But anywho, I'll give you all the formulas so you got this. Okay? So a pyramid. First off, you need to know a pyramid when you see it. A pyramid is flat on the bottom and on the sides, but it comes to a point at the top. So think of it as something where you cannot turn it upside down and stand it straight up. So I don't want you to confuse a pyramid with a triangular prism. So let me see if I can go back and find the triangular prism that I don't want y'all to get confused with. Okay, so look at that. This is from the other lesson. This is a prism. It is flat on all sides. If I turn it upside down, I could still stand it straight up. You feel me? I could turn it on its sides. It'll lay down flat. That's a prism. It's a triangular box. A pyramid is different because I cannot turn it upside down because it's a point at the top and it won't stand upside down. It won't lay down flat. Okay, I don't want y'all using the wrong formulas thinking, oh, I think it's a pyramid when really it's a prism or vice versa. So anywho, again, the formula for the volume of a pyramid, here it is right here. Let me highlight it for you. 1/3 BH, and that's a big B. So remember we talked about big B means the area of the base, okay? Not just that length, okay? No. Big B is the area of all of this up in here. All of this. So it depends on the shape of your base. This base looks like a rectangle. So to find big B, you'll multiply the length times the width. Okay? So it depends on the shape of your base. Alrighty. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's just do it, okay? So this is in your book if you brought your book home. On page 342, if you brought home your geometry student journal. All right, so here's our formula for a pyramid. These are pyramids because they both come to a point at the top. To find the volume, first I need to know the shape of my base. So here's my base. Come on. Right here. And we see the base is shaped like a triangle. Okay? So when I do big B, so let me write out the formula. I'm going to multiply 1/3 times. Now for my big B, I'm going to put it in red. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So everything red is what I'm putting in for big B. So I have to do 1/2 times 4 times 6. Can y'all read that? I'm trying to write with my finger. Now, the height is 9. This is my height right there. So I got to times it by the height. That's how tall the whole thing is, which is 9. Okay? Throw it all in the calculator. Again, please do not change 1/3 into 0.3. Okay? Actually type in 1/3 in your calculator. Okay? Now, 1/2, you could put 0.5 because that's the same. But 1/3 is not 0.3. It's 0.3333333 forever and ever. So your decimal will be a little bit off if you don't put in the whole fraction. So anywho, 1/3 times 1/2, 4 times 6 times 9, I got 36. Again, the units are to the third power, but I don't really care. As long as you put 36, you're cool in the game. Okay? Number 2. Again, it's a pyramid, and I'm looking at my base, and it kind of looked like a rectangle. However, I see that each side is 6. So since the sides are the same, I know that it's a square, but I know that the area of a square is length times width, just like a rectangle. Okay. So I'm going to find the volume. I have to multiply 1/3 times. I'm going to put my big B in red. Big B is 6 times 6. And then the height of this pyramid is 8. That's my height. So times 8. Throw it all in a calculator, just as I see it. And I got 96. Okay? Inches cubed, but I don't care. I need you to have the right answer. I don't really care about the units. I'm not that big. Okay, see the difference? Both of these are pyramids, right? So both of these, we did the same formula, except big B was different for each of them. Because in number 1, big B was a triangle. So my big B was 1/2 times 4 times 6. But in number 2, my big B is a rectangle. So big B was 6 times 6. Okay? Number 3. So again, it's a pyramid. Use my highlighter. And my base square. All right, let's do this. So I got my volume is going to be 1/3 times big B, which is 4 times 4, because it's length times width. And then my height, that's going to be 9. That's the height. Throw it in the calc. I got 48. Okay. Number 4, here's my base. Once again, it is a pyramid because it comes to a point at the top. So I'm using my pyramid formula. So I start off with 1/3. Let me slide this down a little bit. Okay. 1/3 times, I'm doing area of the base is 11 times 7. 11 times 7. The height of the pyramid is 15. This is my height. Throw it all in the calci. And I have 385. Okay? If you're not sure, pause the video, send me a message. Don't just be like, I need help. No, be specific. Miss Speight, how did you get blah, blah, blah? Miss Speight, can you explain blah, blah, blah? But don't just be like, I don't get it. Because I'm going to be like, well, I don't get it either because I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Now, this one, okay, word problem. So, it says we have a pyramid, and then it's a rectangular base, okay? The volume is 6 cubic feet, so they're already telling us the volume. The length of the base is 3. The width of the base is 1.5. They are asking us to find the height. That's what we're looking for, okay? I'm a visual person, so I like to draw it out, although my drawing of pyramids, they kind of suck. But I don't care. Bear with me, y'all. Let's see. Yeah. That. Oh, that so is ugly. Oh, well, you be all right. So this is my rectangular pyramid. And we already know the volume is 6 because they told us right there. They also said that the length of the base is 3 and the width is 1.5. And then they said to find the height. So we don't know the height. I'm going to put a question mark. We don't know how tall it is. Okay. Remember the formula for a pyramid is 1/3 big B H. I'm going to plug in everything I have and solve for the H. So I know volume is 6. So I'm going to put in 6 for V. 1/3, right? Big B, here go big B, Big B would be 3 times 1.5. Okay? 3 times 1.5. But I don't know the height, h. You feel me? I'm doing the formula. I know everything in the formula is for h. So I'm using algebra. I'm going to solve for h. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 1/3 times 3 times 1.5. I'm going to throw that in the calculator. 1/3 times 3 times 1.5 is 1.5. And the h is still there. And 6 is still there. So I got 1.5h equals 6. How do I get h by itself? I have to divide by whatever is in front of my variable. So I'll divide both sides by 1.5. And I throw that in the calci, and I get what I get. So 6 divided by 1.5, you should have 4. So that's what I have for h. I have 4. Okay? So not only should you be able to use a formula to find the volume of a pyramid, but if you already know the volume and everything else, and you're going to find one of the other variables, you should be able to do that too. All right, so that's 11.6. Let's move on. So here's the section 11.7. We are finding the volume of cones. We're not doing surface area, so I crossed that out. Okay, a cone, think of an ice cream cone. That's what a cone is. It's similar to a pyramid, except it's round on the bottom. So pyramids are not round on the bottom. Pyramids are shaped like some type of polygon, like a rectangle, a square, a triangle. But if the bottom is a circle, then it's a cone. It's not a pyramid. Okay? All right. We don't need to read all that. So the volume of a cone, and here's our formula. And we're using this right here, 1/3 pi r squared h. Remember, r represents the radius, and h is the height of the cone. Okay? So it should be easy breezy. We just plug in and chug in. So right here, we're going to find the volume of the cone. So let's see. What did they give us? They gave us this is our radius. Okay? Remember, height is straight up and down. This is our height. This right here, we don't need that crap. That's throwing you off. That is there to distract you. That is there to get you got. Please do not get got. 5 is how long this slant side is. But we don't care about no slant side. Because in our formula, all we need is radius and the height. And that's it. Anything extra, we don't need it. Like, throw it out. Okay? So, volume. I'm going to do 1/3 times pi. Now, I'm going to use my pi button on my calculator. But if you don't have a pi button, just put in 3.14. It's cool in the game. Times radius squared. So that's going to be 3 squared. Don't forget the square, y'all. And then times the height. So that's times 4. I'm going to throw it all in the calci. And I have a decimal, 37.7, because I rounded up to the nearest 10. Okay? Some of you might have 37.68. That's cool. You can leave it like that. I got 37.7 because I rounded up. All right? Done. Any questions? Come holler at me. All right. We don't need to do a bunch of examples for volume of a cone, but this right here, this is some fun crap. This is a composite solid. Okay? Composite. Composite means is 2 put together as 1. So when you look at this, tell me what you see. What you should see is, you should see that we have, oopsie, I don't want a crayon. I'm gonna hide that. You should see the top part is shaped like a cone. And you should see the bottom is shaped like a cylinder. All right. So together, this whole thing, we got a cone and we also have a cylinder. You're going to find the volume of both of them and then take each answer and add it together. I'm going to do the cone first, okay? So remember the cone formula is going to be 1/3 pi r squared h, right? Let me go up, make sure, cone formula, right there, 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so I'm going to do 1/3 times pi times, I need the radius squared. Here's the radius right here, and it's telling you that it's 2. That's our r. So r squared is 2, so 2 squared. That is stupid. Times the height is telling us, here go the height right here, straight up and down, which is 4. That's our height. So times 4. Okay. Throw that all in the calculator. 1/3 times pi times 2 squared times 4. And I have 16.8 because I used the pi button and I rounded to the nearest tenth. But some of you might have 16.7 and it's all good. Okay? Now for the cylinder. The cylinder formula is just pi r squared h. That's the cylinder formula. Let me go back and show y'all because we did cylinders the other day. See that? Volume of cylinder, pi r squared h. So I'm going to do pi times radius squared. So the radius of the cone is the same as the radius of the cylinder. Okay, see that? The bottom of the cone is still the top of the cylinder. So my radius is 2, so 2 squared. Times the height. Do not get got. This is the height of the cylinder. That's how tall the cylinder is right here. So my h for the cylinder is 5. Okay? So I need to change colors. I'm going to change colors. Let me change that. What color do I want? And brown. Yeah, that works. All right. So I want brown. And it's going to be 5. So pi times 2 squared times 5. That's my volume of my cylinder. And I throw it all in the calci. And I got 62.8. Again, I use the pi button. Now that I have my cone and my cylinder, my total volume will be 16.8 plus 62.8. Together, I got 79.6. Final answer. That's my volume of my composite object. Okay? So anytime you have a composite object, you have to know which 2 shapes you have so that you'll know which 2 formulas to use. So the top was a cone, the bottom is a cylinder. So I had to do the cone volume first using the cone formula. Then I did the cylinder volume using the cylinder formula. I took my 2 volumes and I added them and splat out. I have my answer. That's the volume of the entire object. Fine, right? Cool, man. Questions? Come holler at me. We winding now, y'all. We almost done. This school year will be over with. Yes. All right, guys. See you. Well, maybe not. But talk to y'all later, hopefully. Bye-bye.